Hey guys, it's Brian and Ben here with Stogie Review. We are doing a Herfin Heads covering the Dunbarton Muestra de Saka Nacatamale.
Yeah. Mm. This is the coffin, and Brian is showing you the actual cigar that's in the coffin.
Yeah, and the top of it. I guess you can see it in Ben's. So
Yeah.
footband that says Nacatamale at the bottom of it. Little little kind of a clipped fantail cap on the top of it. So it's a 6x48 and retails for $15.95 and comes in boxes of 7. And each cigar comes in its own coffin, so it's a large box for just 7 cigars. But coffin, cellophane, all that neat stuff, footband. Pretty nice looking cigar. So the wrapper we're looking at is an Ecuadorian Habano, and all of the tobaccos inside of it are a single farm deal from a place in Nicaragua, which I believe Steve Saka intentionally did not disclose because, well, it's then he's giving away his recipe, kind of. So I think he has that farm on lock, but I don't think he specifically said what farm it was. So, and Muestra, of course, means sample, so we've got Saka's sample. So these are very limited cigars that come out once a year, and each time the size and the blend is different, and there's no guarantee that you'll ever see this cigar again. So that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, basically the cigar is just a plaything for Steve, just to try to experiment with different tobacco blends, stuff that he might not necessarily use all the time. He just wants to kind of check it out and see what he can do with it and see what the rest of us think about it too. So
And
it's kind of what this is about.
it makes sense to do that because making cigars is expensive, and if you want to really see how it's going to turn out, you have to make a certain amount, and you might as well sell them. Might as well let people smoke them and get a variety of opinions. And who knows? Maybe if this is really good, maybe we'll see it show up as a regular release.
It's quite possible.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll cut light and puff on this a bit, and we'll come back and talk about it.
Hey, everybody, and we're back. And we have the cigar lit up at about the first inch of it or so into it. The cigar is actually quite tasty for the first inch. It's kind of medium bodied with nice, almost like a leathery caramel note, a little bit nutty. It almost has like an amaretto note or something about it. What are you getting out of it?
So I've noticed that I've had in some. I pulled up some previous notes from previous smokes, and I've noted I get a syrupiness to it this time, but
Hmm?
in the past I've actually gotten notes that were almost like port or sherry, and
Yeah,
like a berry port sherry thing. At the moment, I'm kind of tasting kind of a little residual pepper, but it's some really nice sweetness. Very it's a very kind of it kind of comes in with finesse is what it kind of strikes me as. It's the cigar starts with finesse, so you don't get. I didn't get really blasted up front. I'm like my initial puffs were like, wow, this is really nice, you know.
yeah. I do get that black pepper, but I don't really get it except on the retrohale. Like I got a nice spiciness on the retrohale. But I can see what you're saying about the port sherry kind of a thing. Like I've never had sherry. I've had port, but I kind of I can kind of get it with the port where it has that nice like a sweetness or residual
Yeah.
sweetness about it. Almost kind of like the nice fruitiness about with the port. I can kind of see that too.
So
I was thinking amaretto just because I get a nice nuttiness about it too, with a little bit of like that kind of that kind of liqueur kind of a flavor a little bit. It kind of just reminded me of amaretto, which I don't even like amaretto, but this is quite tasty.
well, I used to like amaretto. But it's kind of sweet. No, the sherry makes sense from that perspective in that some sherries have a nutty. Sherries, a lot of them have a nutty characteristic, but sweeter in a different way. Sweeter. It's hard to describe. It's not like amaretto. So amaretto is based on almonds, but I don't know,
Right.
sherry's got a little bit of a nuttiness that you don't really get in port. In some varieties, it varies, of course, but Yeah. So it's an impressive start, you know.
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, I get, like I said, I like a hint of leather, just a little bit like the amaretto note. It's got a little bit of creaminess and almost it's like a sweet creaminess. It's kind of like I want to say caramel, but it's not really caramel. It's something else. I can't really
It's
put
like a
my finger
berry.
on.
It's kind of like a berry to me. A little kind of berryish,
Berryish. That's a new one. That's a new
berryish,
term.
sort of berryish. There's a sweetness to it that's
Mhm.
doesn't really fit anywhere else. It's not really vanilla. It's not really a
Yeah,
candy. It's not really a caramel, and it's
I can see where you're coming from. I
yeah.
really do. Yeah, it's quite good. That's quite good. But anyway, we'll go ahead and smoke to the halfway point, and we'll be back to let you know how it is.
Okay, so we're about at the halfway point now, and man, I got to tell you, this is really smoking nice. Great draw, even burns, nice solid ashes. I'm getting a lot of like really kind of sweet, creamy, maybe almost vanilla-y, kind of that little bit of a berry note thing going on with that. With yeah, it's maybe a little bit of earth. It's burning really nice. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I get all that too. I mean, with a little bit of that nuttiness to it as well. It's and I still get that black pepper, but I only get it on the retrohale. I really don't get it just regularly on my palate, but on the retrohale, I get that black pepper. But that's about it. I mean, it's really tasty.
Yeah, I definitely get the that pepper is kind of has been present for most of the cigar for me. It was lighter in the first third for sure, but it's picking up a little bit, but it's still medium-ish to me at this point. So maybe a little bit more
Yeah,
than medium.
yeah. That's what I was going to say. Like to me, the beginning of this cigar was more medium bodied, but now to me, it's creeping up to medium full probably, or at least medium plus, like somewhere. But it's definitely gotten a little bit more body as we've smoked into the halfway point.
Yeah, and that retrohead, there was a lot of really nice pepper to it. Really enjoyable pepper to it. Not super intense, but really well formed pepper, I guess. So, I mean,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
pretty outstanding. I really like this cigar.
yeah, it's really good. I've been impressed with it every time I've had it, and so far so good this time. So,
Are you pairing this with anything, by the way?
oh yeah. I do have a little bit of. I have some coffee. It's getting a little on the cold side now, but a little coffee fortified with a little bit of rum that I infused with some espresso beans. So I'm eating a double dose of coffee over here.
Nice. Yeah, I got my little corkcycle glass. Not in there. I try to figure what would pair well with this, and what I decided to go with was the Balvenie 12-year Doublewood. This is kind of my go-to Scotch right now. Really good pairing with this.
That seems like a good call. Yeah, I haven't tried that pairing myself, but I'll have to keep that in mind the next time I have a bottle of that. I don't think I have one right now, but that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Yeah, pretty tasty. I get them for a really good price on base right before Christmas. I mean, like almost half price. So
Wow, yeah. Those aren't inexpensive, so a good deal on it would be really desirable. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
Need to find a base near me. Like I need
Well,
a.
that and, join the military, get ID cards, so you can get in there and buy your stuff. Yeah,
That seems like a really hard way to get booze. Maybe I'll just buy at full price. I mean, I have to.
or just get me to pick it up for you.
Yeah, or that. I mean, it's like I'm trying to imagine trying to get in shape to actually handle all that. I'm like, nah, you know what? Maybe it's worth the extra money.
We do like one of the old Napoleon era French pioneer battalions with that big beard.
Oh yeah, I don't think they would allow that in. I don't. It
No,
throw me right out. It's like nope, either the beard goes or you go. I'm like, all right, I'm attached. I have to leave with it.
except the Canadian military does still have pioneer units, and they still do have big beards like that.
Maybe I need to. Maybe I need to go that route. I
Yeah,
imagine
just renounce your American citizenship, and become Canadian.
it seems reasonable, to get some inexpensive liquor. Be all right. Yeah,
Yeah,
just leave the country, renounce your citizenship, join the Mounties. Yeah, all right, I could do that. Sure, why not?
I
That
mean,
look.
hell, you're halfway there when you were born up in Oregon, so
Yeah,
you're almost Canadian, pretty
yeah,
close.
nearly Canadian up there.
Very
All
good.
right,
Anyway, let's go finish this cigar off, and we'll give you our conclusion when we get back.
sounds good.
Hey, everybody, we're back, and you can see we're about at the end of the cigar now. And what I'm getting with this cigar now is I get a nice almondy note. I still get that berry note. I'm getting some cedar that I got from, it started coming in right about the midway point, and now it's gotten pretty dominant. And I'm also getting a black pepper note just on my palate without retrohaling it. Even though when I do retrohale, I still get a nice black pepper note. Basically, that's the four notes I get, and they're all about evenly dominant in the cigar itself. What about you?
Yeah, I was really noticing an uptick in the cedars specifically, and I guess I'm not surprised. They come in little cedar coffins, but
Right.
yeah, definitely the almond and definitely the cedar, and also the pepper. The berry, and the sweetness, it seems diminished to me considerably. I think there's a little bit of the berry left, but I'm not getting very much of that at all at this point. So, but it's burning like a champ. I've not had any problems with it. It's really even. Uh,
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's like a nice, really nice burn line. I mean, it's really, really good.
mine's slightly more jagged here and there, but it's very close. It's not something I would ever correct or ever be concerned about. So what do you think? Is good smoke?
I really like this cigar a lot,
Yeah,
a lot. And I know I don't think you said you didn't have the first one, right? The Exclusivo.
I did not. I did not have that one.
Now, I thought that one was really, really good too, but I actually think I like this one much more than the first edition. It's just got great flavor. It's got really good body, and I think the body is enough that if you're a full-bodied smoker, you'll really enjoy it. But also, if you like mild to medium-bodied stuff, it's perfect too. I think it's a great all-around cigar for just about anybody.
Oh yeah, I think anybody can enjoy this. I think just about anybody would enjoy this. I smoked the first one. I think it was not. Well, it was a while back, but I was looking around, maybe not too long before Black Friday, and I found a deal or something like that, and I was like, I smoked that one. I'm like, heck yeah, I'm getting the box. So I got the box of 7, and it's. I don't think it's outrageously priced as is, but I got a deal on it. It was just a no-brainer. I'd buy it again at full price anytime. It's a really good smoke.
What was the MSRP on these?
I believe it was $15.95. I think that's what I said it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, I would definitely pay that for this cigar.
Yeah,
There's no doubt.
it's really nice. I have to wonder what that unicorn that Saka's been talking about putting out. I wonder how that is. If this is that good, I wonder how great that's going to be if he can use all of the finest tobaccos that are on his wish list to use. Without
Yeah,
any concern for price. I imagine that would be pretty good. I'm intrigued by that. I'm not sure I could afford it, but I'm intrigued by that. But
yeah, me too. I wouldn't mind trying one myself. Honestly, if I see it out in the wild, I probably will snag one just because I'm so intrigued by it. I want to try it.
yeah, good luck. I think it's pretty limited, but this was also pretty limited. I think you can still find this around fairly easy. I'm pretty sure I've seen that in my local shop. So this is, there's not a ton of them out there, but you can still find them if you're looking. I think that the fact that they are just about 16, that does keep them on the shelf a little bit longer for a lot of people. But well worth it. It's well worth laying down the money for. I gotta say.
Yeah, I've had quite a bit of a problem trying to find these actually. Like in North Florida here, I hadn't really been able to find them anywhere. Back home in Mississippi, my shop there doesn't have them. Um, I, my shops in Houston, they got them, but I haven't really contacted them about, hey, can you ship me some? But I'm probably gonna have to do that because I need more of these. There's no doubt.
and it definitely took him a while to show up in my area as well. So I looked for him for quite a while, and I think seriously within the past month I started seeing some trickle in. So you
Yeah.
might still see some. I don't know. I mean, they might still show up at some point.
I think I'll probably get some. There's one of our shops here in Tallahassee is Jerry's Cigar Shop. They opened up a really nice, beautiful cigar shop in north part of Tallahassee. And I was talking to the owner. He said they got some in. They pretty much sold out almost immediately. But he said he's trying to get more in, and when he does get some more in, then he's going to try to hold me some. I'll come pick them up. But I definitely got to get some more of these because this is an outstanding cigar.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I'm very very impressed with it. It's man, I think it might be my favorite Dunbarton cigar so far. Really.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
me
it's my
too.
favorite so far. Yeah.
I agree, and that's saying something because literally hadn't put anything out that I didn't like. The Todos Los Dias, I did a review on that, and it's not my style of cigar, but I can definitely appreciate it. You definitely, I mean, you have to take his advice and have it dried out because when I smoked it right out of my humidor, it kind of tasted earthy and muddy. When I let it dry out, like I laid it on my desk, let it dry out for about a day or two, and smoked it, I got way more flavor, so it's much better. It's still a little bit more full bodied and more rough around the edges that I kind of like. This is more in my wheelhouse. This is out freaking standing. So if you this kind of to equate this to people that probably hadn't tried this yet, if you like the sober mesa, this is kind of in the same realm as the sober mesa. You know, embodying almost kind of flavor wise more than like the Micarita or the Umabog, which I haven't had that one yet actually. It definitely is polar opposite from Todos Los Dias, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
But this is outstanding cigar. Really, really, I can't recommend this highly enough. This is so good.
Well, it sounds like that about covers it. So go get you some. It's box worthy.
Definitely.
Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.